Holy. Firstly, to Lanx, thanks so much for those words. Even that lead-in, Lanx said that I'm a big bit of a sook, and I am. I've been falling down in the field down here, and just reliving the memories that we were so lucky to have. Yeah, Lanx, thanks so much for that, mate. I suppose if you look at the end of a career, if people were going to say that about me, that was exactly what I would have wanted. You're a great mate, so many great mates in here, but thank you for making this so special. Brilliant. I do really want to quickly thank Kirsty and your team. This is such a massive event and so massive to organise, and it's just so special, and particularly for us alumni, it's a place we just love coming back to and being able to reconnect with the people we love. 30 years now, Crusader Rugby, it's a long time. Late November, I received an email that said subject Hall of Fame. I thought, shit, that's pretty early to get the old invites out. And I sort of had a look a wee bit more closely, and as I read it more carefully, I thought, geez, this isn't an invite. This is an email to say you've been inducted. The people that know me well, you already seen it, know that my emotions escape out of my eyes pretty quickly. And along with a flood of tears came a flood of memories around my time in the jersey, and I'm sure we'll talk a bit more about those later. I don't want to underestimate how important this next paragraph is to me. It's a huge, huge understatement to say how humbled I am to be honoured by an organisation that has given me way, way, way more than I could have ever given it. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you, the Crusaders. When I think back on my time as a Crusader player, it would have been impossible to imagine the success we'd have, especially after the 96 season. We worked so bloody hard, but came dead last to the three-peat, all the way from home to the unbeaten season in 22. And even the 2003 final that we lost up in Auckland was still really, really special, particularly being my last game. And I remember it closely. From 96 to 2003, the time felt like it went like that. It was a whirlwind. You guys know as players down here that we get told that games are going to go like that. Trust me, your career's going to go like that. And it was for me. It was a good busy. We were paid to do a job that I would happily have done for nothing, for free. We were playing in full stadiums. My wife and I, we had our first two children, Billy and Nova, through that time. We'd got married, we were winning titles, and for me, this was an incredibly addictive place to work, and I was hooked in big time, hooked into the team, the values, the people, and the culture. And what was even more, just this massive bonus, was I was going to work with my mates every day. And the connections were incredible. And if you, it's just hard to imagine if we weren't training, playing, travelling the world together, we were socialising together. Such were the connections. My mates, when I was away from home on All Black duties, it was my Crusader mates, were the ones that Tash called when she was lonely, needed support, scared during the night. They were the ones checking in on her. And that was the Crusaders. Many have heard this quote or saying, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll say it again, because it's so Crusader. Colin mentioned it earlier. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And if the team was a reflection of its leadership, then it was no surprise we were going to go on and be successful. Incredible leaders, Smithy, Deansy, CEO Steve Chu, Toddy. That was really stupid to start naming people, but because there were so many of them. But their care was genuine and it was authentic. Their wives were as influential in connecting our whānau, our partners, our family into the culture of the Crusaders. I remember sitting in the changing sheds after games, wins or losses, and these legend coaches, leaders, they were the ones handing out the Powerades, ice. They were cutting tape off us. They role modelled what leadership was. And it was no surprise that so many of our era went on and wanted to give back to the games through coaching, through administration. Nearly there. Normally on these days, I'm supposed to describe as somewhat competitive. Normally, Marshy and I get a mention, and hand on heart, I probably never really thought of myself as competitive, but I suppose if I was, it was because of this. During those early days, that on-field success led to, I suppose, material success in it, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we were seeing, our players were becoming All Blacks, earning more money, new cars were being driven into Rugby Park, new houses were being brought, personal sponsorships, Rugby Park was being renovated, and if I'm completely honest with you, it scared the shit out of me. I thought we might start getting soft. I was really concerned that the players that were coming in wouldn't know how bloody tough it is just to be competitive, let alone win titles. And I suppose that drove my actions and my leadership and my competitive edge on the field. And if I haven't apologised to anyone that I should have apologised by now, 30 years later, I do so. To the 2025 Crusaders, thanks for being here. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the way you welcome us into Rugby Park as alumni. It's not forgotten. We're right behind you. I spoke with Cody earlier on, just saying, geez, this is probably a tough place to be. I know sitting in your shoes tomorrow was everything I was looking forward to. It couldn't wait. But so to be here, Pens, your management team, the players, thank you very much. And finally, to my family and friends, you had to make a lot of sacrifices, and often I wasn't always there for you because I did put rugby first often. So thank you for always being there for me and understanding that. To Billy and Nova, my daughters and their partners, I'm just so stoked that you can be here to sort of share this really special moment. And finally to my wife Tashi, we back when we met, there's no such thing as the Crusaders. And so many people have been influential in my life, but no one more than you, and I thank you. Finishing on an absolutely wonderful woman, I do wish all the mothers in the room a very happy Mother's Day for Sunday. You're awesome, and so from me to you, crusade on.